Fortunato. Today is Monday, August 15th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. There's been a major storm in Louisiana and a major flooding event there. The storm system has killed 4 people. 20,000 people had to be rescued, oftentimes by dramatic helicopter rescues. The storm has now worked its way into the Midwest, where officials are braced for major flooding. The storm system first moved west into Texas and then pivoted to the northeast. It's prompting flood warnings in southern Illinois after about 5 inches of rain fell there. There's also now potential for more flooding in Louisiana, this time in the northern part of the state in the Lake Charles area. The southern part of the state, Baton Rouge in particular, has already been battered. The governor of Louisiana, John Bell Edwards, said that more than 10,000 people are in shelters. More than 20,000 people have been rescued across South Louisiana. The Baton Rouge River Center, a sports event location in the capital city's downtown area, has been opened up as a shelter to handle the large number of evacuees. Last night, authorities worked throughout the evening to try to rescue people from cars stranded on miles-long stretches of Interstate 12. Everybody has now been found and evacuated. A 5.5 magnitude earthquake has shaken buildings in Tokyo, but there's been no reported tsunami or any immediate reports of any damage or injuries. The epicenter of the 5.5 quake was located under the sea on Japan's northeast coast, not far from the site of the magnitude 9.0 quake in 2011 that killed 20,000 people. The private insurance industry has now settled about $13 billion of claims from the Canterbury, New Zealand earthquakes of 2010 and 2011. According to the Insurance Council of New Zealand, about 94% of commercial claims have been fully settled, as well as 93% of all residential property claims. The number of customers still waiting to receive offers from their private insurer is now down to 340, and there are 453 properties where policyholders have yet to make decisions on the offers that they've received. So now this is some 5 years later, and the final claims are now in the process of being paid, but they are being paid. The British accountancy software firm Sage has been breached as a result of a suspected insider data attack. This is according to Reuters. Sage is one of Britain's biggest technology companies with over 13,000 employees. Apparently, an internal login had been used to gain unauthorized access to data on 280 of its major British customers. Police are investigating the breach. It took place sometime in the last several weeks. Founded in 1981, the company, which is headquartered in Newcastle, is the only remaining technology stock on the FTSE 100. There were reports over the weekend that Britain will not leave the EU until 2019. Today, it was revealed that Prime Minister Theresa May is, quote, working full steam ahead to finish the Brexit deal, as these delays have now been circulated in the press. Theresa May's spokesperson said that the Prime Minister has Brexit as her top priority. There are concerns, however, that chaotic Whitehall civil service departments are unprepared for the changes that Britain's divorce from the EU would cause. City insiders are saying that the British government would not be ready to trigger Article 50 for another 12 months. Article 50 is, of course, the official notification to the EU that a member state is leaving. A cabinet source said yesterday that certain cabinets, especially the international trade departments and the British exit department, are desperately trying to recruit staff during Parliament's summer recess. One department needs up to 1,000 trade policy experts, but currently has fewer than 100. According to the Prime Minister's spokesperson, the Prime Minister has promised to get the job done. Ministers' diaries are jam-packed with meetings. There is no slowdown or diversion. We are plowing on as quickly as we can, and there is no holdup. A senior Chinese diplomat made it very clear today that Beijing wants next month's meeting of leaders of the group of 20 major economies being hosted in Guangzhou, China, to avoid political issues, such as its territorial disputes with its neighbors in the South China Sea. The deputy foreign minister said that The consensus among the attendees is, quote, to focus on economic development and not be distracted by other parties. The Guangzhou summit must focus on economic issues. This is what people want to talk about most at the summit. Now, we'll see. There may be some other items on the agenda, such as China's increasing belligerence in the South China Sea on territorial disputes, as well as its complete intention to ignore the recent ruling from the court in Holland. U.S. intelligence officials are planning to provide information, including classified threat reports, to private American companies about the rise of hacking and other crimes tied to the supplies and services they buy. The effort is part of a new campaign by the National Counterintelligence and Security Center to raise awareness that vulnerable supply chains give China, Russia, and other governments the opportunity to steal sensitive information. Excuse me, you'd be surprised to find out how many people really don't know where their stuff comes from. This is from Bill Avanina, the nation's top counterintelligence official and director of the center. He said the supply chain threat is one that's the least talked about, but is the easiest to manipulate. The program will be targeted toward U.S. telecoms, energy, and financial businesses, so the government threat reports may soon be offered to companies such as Verizon, Duke Energy, and Bank of America. According to Evanina, know where your stuff is coming from. You might have the best software and cybersecurity programs that you can have, but if you don't have the same due diligence and understanding of the threat for the people who buy the systems that run your buildings and facilities, you're running the risk of potential compromise. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.